Listen, Mike,
Yeah.
you're making a jackass out of yourself. I tell you this with love. I tell you this because I am your friend,
All right.
okay?
I'll listen.
But like
I'm sensitive to this. Like this is one
I
of the things I'm working on.
I know,
If I'm
but
a if I'm a jackass, I want someone to tell me, and I want to know like
so
exactly what I did. So
so based on what I heard during
right.
that conversation, your interaction with her, you need to know that that didn't go well.
Why, hello there, freak. So glad you could join us. Time to listen in on another seriously silly conversation with Gretchen and the Lukes.
Hi.
What's up?
Did you show up for a conversation?
I'm here for a conversation. Is there one available?
Always, always. I am always up for a conversation. I just finished. I've been doing some yard work today this evening.
Oh my.
Do you know
It's
much
too
about
hot to be doing any work in the yard. Are you do you have like a air conditioner that you like a portable air conditioner that you wear on your head for this?
Of course I do.
Okay,
I'm not
good.
some kind of an idiot.
Good.
Of
Phew.
course I go out there with well, it's a I've rigged it up myself. It's like out of, those styrofoam coolers. They're very
Sure.
lightweight. Cut a little hole in that
Oh,
to get
perfect.
over the neck, sort of.
Right. Yeah, just a hole big enough for your head, but
Yeah. And then I cut out also a seeing square in the front.
we got to have
So
a seeing square.
see. Yeah, yeah. I'm
That's
not
just a
that good
given.
in the yard. Yeah, exactly. I need to
Just
see. And I just basically so I put this cooler on, I put the lid back on. Well, before I put the lid back on, once it's on my head, I sort of fill it in with, those frozen freezer packs, sort of like
oh yeah.
ice packs, I guess.
Yeah, they're reusable.
Yeah. Put those in all around it and put the lid back on. And I'm ready to go. While I'm out
Sounds
there, it's like
yeah.
there's this nice, cool air all around my face. It's great.
Sounds sensible.
Great. Yeah.
Sounds like you need to take a trip to the Shark Tank.
Do you think the idea is that good?
I think it's that good. I think the portable head AC unit. It's a simple design. I
Yeah.
think it's
Yeah.
you can almost sell the kit.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
And I mean,
and it could fit on any
never,
head because most coolers are bigger than a head.
that's
So
true. That's true.
the smaller the head, the more ice you can pack in there. You could also pack in real ice and let it drip down your neck.
I never really thought about this as like a business plan that I could expand,
Oh,
but
you have
maybe
to.
you're
This is
on
too
to
good.
something.
This is
You,
too
th-
good.
you think so?
Well, you know what's interesting is that there are the majority of states in the United States right now are hot. So we're going through global warming. There's just a need for a portable head conditioner. Um, you
Well,
know,
so that the timing might be right,
the
huh?
dome
This
AC. We'll have to workshop some names. We'll probably get some test groups, some focus groups, and see what because now you're talking about we need to design the outside of the cooler so that maybe it's got some movie themes. Maybe the Jaws had AC. You've got the Godfather had AC. I don't know. I'm just spitballing here, but
Yeah, yeah.
this
I
is
mean,
something that we need to get this together before we go to the Shark Tank because those guys they'll eat us alive if we're not prepared.
um,
By we, I mean you and
do
me.
you know anybody? Do you have any contacts over there
I
at
don't
Shark
know
Tank that we
Mark
could run
Cuban,
this
but I live in
idea?
Texas and he owns the Mavericks. So I think that that's pretty much like if I just said to that to him and just said, hey, let's talk. I think that that's, like I'm also from Texas. I think that
Like
that could be an in.
fellow Texan with a good
Yeah.
idea.
And I like basketball. I played basketball in the community when I was growing up. So
Ooh,
it's
okay, that's probably good to note.
now
Let's
I'm not good enough
wow.
to be on the Mavericks, but
Sure, sure.
I mean, I mean, I could give a few of them a challenge probably with my right now I don't have any ligaments in my ankle, so that'd be the only thing that really
Right.
holding me back. So
Yeah.
that
I'm
well,
glad you
and
said it. I didn't want to say it, but I mean, I have seen a walnut take you down.
it
Right.
has taken me down, and there are some issues with eye hand coordination, and there's a
Mm,
few issues with like there's some clumsiness issues that I deal with. So
mm.
aside from that, though, I think as
Well, maybe you don't mention
I'm a
the
team player.
that's yeah.
I don't I look great in shorts. So I mean, really, there's a lot of reasons to have me on the basketball team, on
Yeah.
top of the other reasons to not. But
Well,
this will be more for the discussion with Mark Cuban when I get him in the meeting.
who do you think who do you think should run this idea by them first? Do you want to run that by?
Well, I'm the one who knows
we-
him. Well, I don't know him. I know that I live in the same state as him, so it might be better for me. Well, you're in Texas also, so it
Well,
might
I
be
mean,
good
so
to-
I have a number here of Sheila. Sheila works now. I don't know. It's not okay. Sheila's not as big of a contact as Mark Cuban.
Okay.
So I don't know her, but she does work in, I don't know if you would call it casting since it's a reality show with people's ideas, but she is definitely one of the contacts over there at Shark Tank. And so I was thinking that you think this idea is good enough to give her a call? I mean, I could probably use this number once, right? So I don't want to call with a bad idea, but I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm kind of excited. You said you thought this was a pretty good idea, you know?
Yeah, I think you should pull the trigger on this. I think that if anything, any connections you have at this point it'd be probably a good idea to use them for this idea. I know,
Mind
you know,
talking to her for me? It's a little intimidating.
I don't mind talking to anybody for you. I'll
You're such a
like, I'm
pro.
well, I'm a good salesman, and I'd just be like, hey, look, man, are you hot right now? And then, well, how would you like to not be? And that right there, that's the pitch. That's the pitch. How would you like to not be hot?
Right.
Right?
Okay, well,
How would you like your head to not be hot? Because, and here's the real truth of it. If your blood is circulating through your head as it should be, then the head AC is going to cool that blood.
beep, 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 beep. Okay, Luke, it's about to start ringing.
Oh, is that her? Is this a
Well, I
Cheryl?
don't know if she's gonna answer. I thought you heard me. I'm sorry, I'm dialing.
Yep. Oh, I think it's ringing.
That's a really interesting ringtone. I
That is
like
a
it.
weird one. This sounds like a.
Good afternoon, Sheila from Shark Tank.
Yeah, hi Sheila. Mike Lucas here. How are you?
Oh, I'm just great.
Oh,
Mike
fantastic. You know what?
Lucas?
You know what's great?
Mm-hmm.
An idea that my wife and I have for now. Are you hot right now?
Hold on. So you are calling to pitch a
I'm calling to
product?
win the show.
You're calling to win the show. Have you been on the show before?
I've not been on the show. I've seen it on TV though, and I've seen the competition, and I think we got something that's really going
Okay.
to take over here.
Okay. Well, hold on there, Big Shot. Let me just get you started
Big
here.
shot. That's not me. That's
You'd be
not
a
me.
new inventor. Okay, name
Yep.
you Mike.
Mike and Gretchen.
Lucas.
We do a podcast
Spell that
together.
Lucas for me.
Oh, it's Lukas. Yeah, we spell it with a K because we're from a Lithuanian descent. instead of...
That's so unusual.
Thank you,
Hey,
Cheryl.
Did you
Cheryl, no, is
said,
that with a K?
Sheila? It's Sheila here with
Hey,
Shark Tank.
Sheila. Well, I was just talking
Not
to Cheryl.
Cheryl. Okay, now.
Are you taking over the call?
Now, did you?
Fantastic.
Why is it a K, Mr.
Oh, but
Lucas?
we're Lithuanian descent, so the K, they
Oh.
put the K in there instead of a C because the original name was Lucas.
Lithuania.
Yeah,
that
but I'm
sounds
not from
good.
there now. I actually was born in the U.S. United
Oh,
States of
good to
America.
know. Good to know. You must be a U.S. citizen for this.
Now, Charlene, let me ask you this.
Mr. Lucas.
Yep.
It is Sheila.
Hi, Sheila. I was just talking to
yeah.
Charlene. How are you?
I'd like to mention to you that I'm your first point of contact here
Hello,
at Shark
it's so
Tank.
great to meet you. I've
and
already
I
met
just, Mr.
Cheryl,
Lucas,
Charlene and
first impressions are
Cheryl.
very important. And so
So important.
you know
what?
not
I couldn't agree
even
with
be
you
able
more.
to remember my name, Mr.
Charlotta,
Lucas.
Charlotta, I remember your name. It's funny because I have an aunt Charlotta, so it just sticks out in my head.
Okay, Mr. Mucus. I'm not an idiot over here, and clearly this is some sort of a prank call.
Oh no! I have
sir.
I have an invention that I think you'll be very interested in. Hello. Oh shit. Oh,
Mike,
hey Gretch.
What the fuck?
It went really well.
No, it didn't. I don't
It
think
went
it did.
awesome.
You kept saying different names, dude.
Her name
That
was Sheila.
Sheila.
Yeah, Sheila. That's what I called her.
But you also said Charlene. You said Charlotte. Cheryl was like
I did.
anything with.
What? I said
Jesus.
Sheila the whole time.
No, you didn't.
I'm pretty sure I
literally
did.
sitting here. You literally, it was like anything that begins with an SH is fair game. I mean,
Yeah,
what the?
she got the joke. She got it. She was pretty
Uh,
much in on it. And I think we're in. I'm gonna call her back sometime maybe in the next week, she said.
oh my God. I just feel like this is a mistake because I've been sitting on this number, Mike. I've been sitting on this number for a
Yeah.
long time, and they care a lot about first impressions over there at Shark Tank. And
Well, she was mentioning that. She
just
was
can't believe
mentioning
you.
that.
Like, do you get that you just blew this for us? Maybe. Do you know? Is that
I feel like we're in a position now to work upwards. And I think that's where I work better is when I'm on an uphill battle. And so sometimes I'll put myself in that position on purpose. And I feel like that's what I did now to our advantage. And I think when I call her back, what's going to happen now is she's going to know that I don't give a crap. We'll go to the fish tank. We'll go to crab tank. We'll go to Shark Tank isn't the only
are those are
ball in the ocean.
are those real things? I
I'm
haven't
just
quite heard
saying
of
that
fish tankers,
Shark Tank
crab
isn't the
tank.
only fish in the ocean. So there's other
Oh no, I mean it's
there's
shark.
a
It's the
minnow
biggest,
tank.
the best.
There's
It's
a
it's the place to go with adventure.
lobster tank. And every Chinese
Uh,
restaurant has a lobster tank. So there's other ways to get this done. But
what
anyway,
the hell does a Chinese restaurant with lobster tanks have to do with an air conditioner for your head?
exactly,
Oh my
exactly.
God.
Those people who run those
No.
lobster tanks, they're gonna have to we're gonna have to really sell them. We're gonna have to really pitch
Yep.
them.
Yep.
So
Yeah.
well, anyway,
Well,
but
anyway, it's my fault anyway. I asked you to I know who you are, right? And still I asked you to be the first face of this. So that's a lesson learned. Lesson learned over here.
it
That's
feels like you got maybe
I
heat stroke or
appreciate it.
something. You see, it feels like you might be suffering from some overheating. So you might want to get your device out and maybe cool down or something.
That's a great idea. It's a great idea. Thanks.
Yeah, well,
Thanks for that suggestion. Well, all right, we'll just have to revisit that cooler thing and another, or we'll just have to forget it. We'll just have to forget it.
I'd like to
But
forget it if it's okay with you.
it's
I,
not such a good idea.
I banged my head pretty hard, so I don't know. It might be have something to do with that. I was trying to turn the light on in the kit. We were staying at a B and B here in
Yeah.
Cleveland, and I went to turn on a light in a dark room, and I hit my head on a mantle, and I took about a quarter of an inch of skin
Oh,
off my like like a little divot. Like if my head was a golf course, the greenskeeper would be pissed.
whoa.
Yeah.
Were you trying to turn the light on with your face?
No, that would have been a better idea. I think the light switch would have been gentler on my skull. It took out. It looks like about a red dime right now in my head. So that's going to be interesting to talk to people about. And when you're a head shaver, it's always nice to have scabs on your head because they're like speed bumps. They slow you down. It's like whoa, big boy, slow down, slow your roll, shave
It
slower.
it is a good built-in talking point right there on your head. If you meet anybody new,
It's a
you're
little off
thinking
center
of things
too.
to
So
say.
I'll know when if they're staring at my noggin bump. I'm assuming there's going to be a bump to it too, but I don't know if it's dripping blood right now. But it's
Gosh,
I hit it pretty hard.
do you need any sort of help? I mean, should
I
I
don't think
call
so.
something
I
for you
mean
or someone or
I feel like I'm
you just
forgetting things like names and stuff. But other than that, I think I'm doing pretty good.
yeah. Yeah. Well, I'm glad you're not
Anyway,
too injured. I know, you know, I do know this about you. You are 6'4", and a lot of the places in the world don't seem like they're quite made for you.
yeah, I'm a little too tall for a lot of areas. I
I know one time I saw you take down a ceiling fan, or at least one arm of it busted off, just simply by trying to take a sweater off in the bedroom.
Yeah, that's true.
You remember
I do
that?
that all the time actually. I'm 6'4", and when I put on a shirt or a sweater, often all of a sudden I'll hear and I'll realize that I am as tall as the room. And when I extend my arm above my head, it doesn't go well often.
No, that's got to be interesting to be tall. Would you? I feel like it would be kind of cool. See, I'm not taller than like I don't really tower over many people. Some
How tall are
children.
you?
I'm pretty average. I'm like 5'6".
5'6" is average.
I mean, I don't know.
Feels
Feels
short.
average. Oh, short?
6'2" and under is short to me.
for females.
Oh,
Well, I don't know. Female is even, it's not a legit thing anymore. So I guess, or
do
I
you
don't know.
identify as that? Is that the
I mean,
deal?
I did. I always yeah, yeah. I'm definitely a female. I feel like I'm average, but maybe I'm short for females too. I don't really know. But
You
I mean, the
look,
point
yeah,
is,
you
I
look
do
tall.
I do think it would be kind of cool to be able to tower above others and to see past people. I think that would be kind of a cool way to walk through this world. I feel like less claustrophobic if your head can be up above all the other people's heads, because then like you're not in the same breathing pocket as like everyone's breath and
Yeah, when the whole COVID situation came about and everyone was masking up, I was like, I don't need to wear a mask. I'm a good foot taller than all of where you're breathing.
yeah, you're though probably the one we want to put a mask on because of thanks gravity, you're above everyone just
Yeah,
spraying on us like a
I'm
right.
spraying and like when I sneeze and cough, it goes over everybody.
Oh
I can
yeah,
tell.
yeah,
Yeah, it's like
yeah.
a rain shower.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
But yeah, but being
Well, I'm
tall is
sorry you
cool.
hurt yourself.
It has its advantages too, though. I can get stuff like a lot of times I'll be at a grocery store and someone will say, "Hey, man, is there any way you can get that for me? It's on the top shelf there." And I'll say, for of course, especially if it's a elderly person, and then I'll grab it off the shelf for them, and then what I'll do is I'll hold it above their head and I'll make them tickle me in order to put it down. So we have
Oh,
a lot of fun.
that's a little bit creepy.
Is that creepy? I thought
Uh,
tickling was fun.
well, I mean, but
I do make them say Gucci Gucci, so that could be construed as creepy, I guess.
yeah, I mean, I think tickling with, well, I think asking a stranger to tickle you while holding their cereal hostage is a little bit
Well, it's not their cereal
odd.
yet. They haven't bought it yet. It's
Well, yeah, but it's not
technically it could
yours
be mine.
either yet,
No,
right? I
no, it's
mean,
not mine either. It's just
well,
really the stores at that point. So
it's
there's
like,
no real power play here. It's just,
a little bit, I think a little bit of a power play because, they, this is an elderly person who asked you, hey, could you please help me?
yep,
And
yep,
you tell them yes.
yep.
And then you sort of begin teasing them and ask them to kind of do weird
Well,
things to your
I'm not
body. I mean,
teasing.
I
I'm
don't
what
know that that,
I feel like it's more of a
uh,
sport.
you know, I would say that holding something up out of someone's reach it really it falls under like classic
See, I think
teasing
what would be
tactics.
creepy would be is
Like
if
a
I tickled
you
them.
can't reach it, you
Right.
can't
I say that often. I often
get it,
say that.
right?
I always say that stuff like, who's little bitty bitty, who's a little bitty bitty, like stuff like that, or
Yeah. And,
oh, wish I was a foot taller, wish I was a foot taller. And then sometimes what I'll do is I'll even bring a bowl and some milk and a spoon, and I'll literally eat the cereal above their head, whatever it was that they wanted, or whatever it is. If it's an English muffin, I'll bring a toaster, and then you
I
know,
see. So you basically you roll into the supermarket with all sorts of I don't know torture gear. I mean, sounds
well,
like
whatever I can fit in my backpack,
got a
for sure.
toaster and whatnot, a bowl,
Sometimes I'll
milk.
carry a
Is it? Are
hibachi
you?
if they're looking for meat. Like
Do you?
sometimes meat will be on a higher shelf, and some of the ground beef and stuff, some of the grass fed stuff is placed in a precarious spot above. So then I'll bring a hibachi, and then I'll start the grill, have put some patties on there, and then I'll hold that above their head, and that gets a little bit weird because it's hot. So I have to be careful, because I don't want to burn myself or them, because
So
no one
are
should
you
get hurt.
confessing? Are you
Sure.
confessing that you
Yep.
go into grocery stores
Yep.
with the intent to using your height, your
Yep.
taller than average stature, to sort of taunt and tease shorter people
Well, I don't
and
look at it as
elderly?
taunting and teasing. I look at it as flaunting and I guess abusing. Yeah, I like the other one sounds rough, but this one
Yeah.
is more like I'm really trying just to make them feel
So,
bad about themselves. Is that I guess that's what you're saying.
well, I mean, it's a little sadistic.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. Yep. Yep.
So
Yep.
let me ask you this: has anyone, how do people respond? Like when you're going with your tactic of the you're holding it up high and you're asking them to tickle you. Has anyone been brave enough to tickle you? Do they comply
No,
sometimes?
most people will ask someone else, and the other person will just grab it off the shelf and give it to them. So and I'm always like, "You spoil sport, boo, boo." So I have to just
Ah,
wait around.
right.
A lot of times I'll just wait in the cereal aisle, or I'll wait wherever there's like, sometimes I'll even put the really popular cereal up, like I'll restock and put those up higher so that I have a better chance of having to be used that way. So, and then I've
Uh,
gotten in trouble with the grocery store, blah blah
I can
blah.
imagine. I mean,
Don't
well,
restock our shelves. I'm like, I'm working for free. What do you care? And
yeah, tell me how
so
that has
there's
that
a couple grocery stores I'm
who's
not even allowed in anymore, which is funny
really?
because I'm like, I eat. It's not like I'm not going to spend money here. But
Yeah,
anyway,
but
whatever.
are
Those
you
are all.
eating the products before you pay for them also? So like say you've removed the product that a person has asked for, but then now you begin to eat it in front
Yep,
of them.
yep.
So you also haven't paid yet for that product,
But if
right?
I open up something, I'll bring it to the cashier and I'll pay for the empty box or whatever. So I'm not a thief. I'm
You're
just
not a thief, just
no,
a,
no,
a
no.
sadist.
Just a sadist. Yep.
Yeah. So then what do they say to you has it been managers who come out and speak to you or ask you to leave?
They laugh. They laugh. They're just like, "You get out of here. You get out of here.
Oh, they find you amusing,
We're
huh?
gonna call the cops." They're just laughing, and they're
Yeah.
we're gonna they always call Mike. The security guard's name is Mike at the one store I go to, and they'll
Oh,
call him over, and he and I have a great relationship. We talk all the time. Hey,
yeah.
get out of here. No, I'm not going to get out of here. You get out of here now. No, Mike, I'm not going to do it. Hey, get these cuffs off me. Oh, you son of a bitch. You got me again. And so he's like so funny. He's got
Oh,
cuffs.
wow.
He's got a taser. Oh my God. He is so funny with his taser. That dude is taser happy. He's tased me like a bunch of times. It's crazy.
He's tased you?
Oh yeah, oh yeah. Only on the when it gets really weird because like sometimes he thinks I'm not going to pay, but I always pay.
You always
Anyway,
pay.
I don't
Is
want to
it
talk about
that do you
myself.
act like you don't? Oh, yeah, that you don't like to leave the store? I mean, you
Well, I
put
like
it.
to leave the store when
I
I
mean, if
want to
he
leave
has
the
to
store.
tase you, it feels like maybe you're I don't know, you're refusing to comply, kind of.
Yep.
Are you you're just a are you just trying to go in there and stir up some shit, have a good
Well, I
time?
see all these First Amendment auditors, that go
Yeah,
and
oh yeah,
they go to public areas and they go to publicly owned, things like post offices and police
sure.
stations and mayor offices and such. And they seem to get a lot of clicks. So I'm really trying to figure out where my angle is on that. So I'm still like
Okay.
working on figuring
Okay.
out the best way to get that done.
I
Um,
see. So this is
so
like you're wanting to do kind of your own version, like the
j-
twisted version of public auditing, sort of like
exactly,
going,
and what I'll always say at the end of that is I'm eating this cereal and like, keeping it from them. I'll
yeah,
say like, don't you believe in the Constitution? Don't, and then I always say I don't answer questions. I don't answer questions.
yeah, yeah.
You
So
know,
do you ever win any of your sort of the audits that you like to do?
every one of them,
These groceries you do.
every one of them.
I
Yep,
thought, but I thought
hundred
the
percent,
way,
100% record.
oh, I thought like auditors, they don't really leave because because they legally like can't be made to leave. Or if the cops do come, usually it ends up coming out that they were, I guess I'm just meaning they usually aren't doing anything wrong, even though the
No,
perceived
that's the whole
authority
thing.
is
That's
what.
why we do what we do, is because we're trying to make sure that
But I think
people of authority are following the rules and
yeah,
following the law. And
right.
hey, you're not the policy police, you're the law police. You don't enforce policies, you enforce laws. And that's what I say that a lot. And I always say you need an articulable offense, but I can't pronounce it very well. So I say
Yeah,
articulable,
really. Yeah.
articulable, that's where I got the
Tickleable. It
tickling part.
sound the
Yeah.
tickling. Yeah, that
Yeah,
does
that's a
sounds.
constant theme with me.
Well, it sounds though like they would clearly have a tickleable offense because
That is true.
they've
That is
got
true.
you asking people to tickle you and stuff.
It's very
As-
rare that an old person is going to like um be a witness against me because I always threaten them, and they're very timid, and they're not gonna, they're not
yeah.
gonna go against that. I don't know.
Okay. Well, this explain this. I appreciate you telling me that part. This helps me understand a little bit more of of what you're doing out there, out in public, in the stores. Now I
Well, now you know
understand
why it takes me so long to get, just if I'm running up for milk. You know what I mean? Like that's
that
what I'm
that's
I'm,
what's
I'm pretty
happening.
busy doing some of that stuff. So
Right. How's
it's
it
gonna
going in terms of likes or clicks, or how
I
is
haven't posted anything yet. I'm
responding?
really figuring out, trying to figure out where my home is, like where my social media home is yet. So I'm not sure if I want to go Insta. I'm not sure if I want to go YouTube. I don't know if I want
Right.
to go
Right.
Facebooky. I don't want. I
Yeah.
might want to go. I don't know. Like LinkedIn.
Mm.
LinkedIn. It's LinkedIn. Sorry.
Right.
And there's different, just a bunch of different places to host this. And right now YouTube is sort of inundated with this sort of First Amendment auditors. So I'm really trying to figure out where my place is. I'm
What do you call yourself? Like they are the First Amendment auditors. What would you kind of like if I'm looking up for yours? Is your sort of thing a
the
little
high tickler, the high tickler,
the high tickler,
high tickler. Yeah,
high tickler,
yeah. I'm usually pretty high when I do this.
tickler auditor, or no, just not just high
Well, I'm
the high
not
tickler.
technically, I'm not really auditing anybody, so I really
What I
feel weird about
thought.
taking that word from those guys
Yeah.
because they're more like auditors, whereas
I don't. Yeah.
I'm more like an auditor.
Odd. Yeah. Right.
Yeah. So
ODD.
if
Yeah.
there's a word that would be more appropriate, it would be I'm a First Amendment auditor.
Now, would you? I don't know. Would you be offended if people compared you to an auditor?
Oh,
OTTER, like an
I've never been compared
have
to an
you heard of
otter. I
that
don't know. Would I
animal?
be
An
offended?
otter? Have you
Um,
seen it? Can you picture one in your head right now? An otter? Oh, they're so very cute.
you know what? I keep picturing a bladder. So by otter, you mean
Oh,
an
that's
animal?
very different.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's different.
A
Okay.
bladder, that would be an internal organ to
Right, right.
hold
That's what I was
urine.
picturing.
Yeah.
It's kind of a circular and kind of filled with urine.
Yeah. They used to use, I believe, bladders, right, to make the very first balls ever.
That's true.
Sports
That's
balls
true.
or balls to play
That's where
with.
you use those to kick around like a soccer ball and such.
That is
You
pretty
know,
cool.
my aunt used to call it soxer. She used to say
Sucks.
sock. She said, "I bought you a soxer ball," and she had bought me a miniature. Those little plastic balls that are look they like where they print the pattern of the ball on there as opposed to like a soccer ball
Sure.
is made up of tiny little maybe
It's actually sewn together.
sewn together
Yeah.
octagons or whatever they are.
So like a little fake soccer ball.
So she would give me a fake one, and then she would call it a soxer ball, and then be very like sort of watch me for my reaction to see how much I enjoyed the thing she got me, and so I'd have to fake. So that's where I first began to act.
So did she mispronounce it on purpose to be funny
No, I
or?
think she, because it's spelled Soccer. I think she thought it was the hard C and then a soft C.
Oh, a
So
soccer ball.
a
And
soxer ball.
she would watch you to see right away it like, did this gift captivate you? Are you enjoying it?
Yep.
And you would put on quite the show.
Well, I never played soccer. I was a baseball player and a basketball player. Like I said earlier when I was talking about my relationship with Mark Cuban, potentially.
Yeah.
I'm probably going to go, just to get back to that topic. I'm probably going to go straight to him. I think this Cheryl lady is not the one to
Yeah. It was Sheila, but yeah,
who is
we're
this?
just gonna
Who are
scrap
you
this
talking
whole
about?
idea. Her name was Sheila.
Who's this?
We're at Shark Tank, who
Oh yeah, I just called them. I
called her.
talked to a
Yeah.
Charlene there.
Yeah, I was
She
listening.
was
No,
pretty
it's
cool.
well, she was a little offended that you couldn't remember her name.
Yeah.
I mean, it was pretty bad. I got to say, Luke. 'Cause I mean,
I got to be
no
honest
offense,
though,
but
she
it was
couldn't
pretty
remember my
bad.
name either. She
Well, no, she did. She did. She
she
even asked you
misspelled it
about
with
the
a C.
K. No, she asked you how to spell it, and then she was
Yeah.
genuine.
I picked up the same
You just
attitude that
blew
you
that. You
did,
kind of blew
obviously.
that.
Yeah, I picked up the same attitude that you did.
No,
I
no,
could, I
no,
could
no.
feel it.
I,
I
I
could
mean,
feel it. But that's okay. Hey, listen, she's busy. She's in a position where she's probably getting a lot of nutbags calling her up. So I can't blame her if she
put
has a
you in the
short
nutbag
temper.
category.
Oh, I don't know if that's true. She and I felt like we pretty much hit it off. Like I'm married, so I'm not thinking of it that way.
Yeah,
But I
yeah,
feel like you know,
yeah.
Shindra and I would probably make a good couple if there
Jesus,
was a chance of it. But really
ridiculous.
though,
It's ridiculous.
if we're gonna make
This is ridiculous. You are ridiculous.
I
This is
am
ridiculous. I mean, Mike, look, I don't like to come at you directly. Okay. First of all, I am sensitive to the fact that you can frequently feel attacked. Right. So I
Frequently,
don't
I'm
try to
always being attacked.
come
Did you hear
at you
how
like too hard, but
Chantel was on? She was
but
making me.
Mike, I
She was
can't just,
attacking me like left and right,
Mike, I
and
can't just,
she was focused all on her. She kept talking about her. This is what I'm called. This is what I like to be called. And I'm just like, I'm trying to call you to tell you about this head air conditioner.
yeah.
Anyway,
I mean, for this particular phone call, I was right there. I was listening, right? I patched it. I patched you. I literally it was one of the, it was
well,
a
good,
three-way call.
good,
So,
because I need a
but
witness so
so
that when I
Mike,
go talk to Mark,
I
I
have to
want him to
tell
say,
you
like,
because
look,
I
this
do care
woman
about
who
you.
answers your phones, we gotta replace her, Mark. You know, whatever. I'll be cool about it, but
Listen, Mike,
yeah,
you're making a jackass out of yourself. I tell you this with love. I tell you this because I am your friend,
all right,
okay?
I'll listen.
But like,
I'm sensitive to this. Like this is one of the things I'm working on.
I know, but
If I'm a jackass, I want someone to tell me, and I want to know like
so
exactly what I did. So you know,
so
like
based on what I heard during
right.
that conversation, your interaction with her, you need to know that that didn't go well. Like I'm not, someone
Oh,
isn't always
I don't
listening to give
know.
you
I don't.
feedback, but then
I feel
I
like I
heard
got
the
an in.
call and then I hear your take on what happened. And I just have to tell you, it's not, it didn't go down the way you thought, right? Like that was a horrible first impression.
I thought the two of us
It was
were
bad, Mike.
talking in a way that friends talk. And so that's
Uh,
where I guess I was confused with what you're saying, because it sounds like you heard a whole different conversation. But what I heard was a woman who was having a stressful day, who might have been taking that out on whoever she talked to. And that happened to me. And I'm not going to take
mhm.
that sensitively. Like, this isn't personal. This is Shark Tank. This is a big
Yeah,
deal. This is like the big deal. And when they get the idea that I have, and I got to be honest, she was a hothead, so she would be perfect for this.
I gotta call Bull. I gotta call BS, Mike.
Yeah, I would call
Yeah,
BS too. Like that's what I'll tell Mark. I'll go, there's a lot of BS going on in this phone
I
call. You're whoever is
please
answering your
don't
phone.
mention me or the air conditioner helmet idea
Oh,
to
that's not a
Mark
bad name.
Cuban.
The AC helmet.
No, no, just let's. I would like let's just drop that.
You know what though? Mark Cuban is really good at coming up with names and stuff. So I'm going to hold off on absolutely naming this thing. I think if we describe it to him, he'll know what to do with it. That's why he's a millionaire. He's
You
got
know what?
a $1 million.
I'd like to gift you with this idea. You can have it 100%. It can be
Thank you.
your intellectual property, your
Nah,
invention.
I'm gonna split
I
it
don't
with you
want to
because
be
I
attacked. No,
feel I
no,
never
no.
would have come up with this on my own. There's
That's
no
all
way I
right.
could have been clever
Nobody
enough
knows. It's all right. I'd
to
rather
think of
just
putting a
be an
ice
unnamed
chest on my
silent
head.
partner. It's totally okay with me.
I
You
will
can have all the credit.
okay. I like the
Okay.
credit. I do like
Yeah.
the credit.
But I
You know
do
what I'll do is
encourage
I'll
you to believe me when I say that it it did, that conversation really didn't go well. And maybe on your next phone call, whoever you call, it might
Mark
be
Cuban
not
probably.
okay. Well, maybe this time, well, hopefully you'll remember his name. I mean, you've been saying it so far, so maybe you're just a
Well,
sexist. I'm
why
not
would I
sure why
not
you couldn't
remember?
remember. Well, you
I'm
couldn't
great
remember
at names.
Sheila's name. So, and you told me that since you hit your
Wait,
head,
who the hell
you've
is
been
Sheila?
forgetting names.
Well, you're just bringing up some new person.
No, so basically, whenever you do call Mark Cuban, maybe it'd be good for you to have a little pen and pencil. So as
Okay,
he says
good,
important things, you can write
good.
them down.
Oh, I like this idea. So
Um,
with this pen and pencil, and what would I do? Like, as he spouts off ideas, I would just draw something.
no, but well, I was going to say write down who you're talking to. That way you don't accidentally say the wrong name.
Why would
Uh,
I do that? Mark Cuban is a famous owner of the
okay.
Mavericks. I
So
would never
again,
forget his
for
name.
that phone call, maybe you don't need the pad and pencil, but if you're calling anybody else,
Yeah.
just saying for future, I think that's a pretty good idea. If you know this about yourself and
I don't know this. This is the first I'm hearing this, Gretel. I'm
okay, see,
not.
now you're just playing with me. Now
I'm
you're
just
just
messing with you,
playing with
right?
me.
Yeah,
There
I'm
is
just
no
messing with
way
you
that you
now.
just forgot my name.
No, of course not. I was just messing with you. I just thought you were
Okay.
messing with me. I don't know.
So
I feel like you're
funny.
doing a bit.
So funny. Well, no, I was just honestly trying to tell you that like you might be just a little bit out of touch. And I just want to say it nicely as a friend that like in that last convo, you came off kind of like a jackass.
As soon
Okay.
as I tell her that I knocked my head on a mantle, I think she's going to totally understand. That's the great thing about these, people who work on the phone. They're going to get out. This wasn't my best day. I might be concussed. I might be dizzy.
Yeah.
I might have just thrown up my entire dinner.
Wow.
I might.
Well,
You know.
I can take a hint. I understand you're a little bit resistant to input, right, from others. So you can take it or leave
I
it.
like
It's just my
feedback.
idea that
I like constructive criticism. I'll take any
may
kind of
want to,
critiques, any
uh,
kind of any feedback at all
yeah,
is much
you
appreciated
just may want
because
to rethink how you're
yeah.
coming across on the phone, especially when you're speaking with someone for the first time. That's
Well,
all, right?
well, you know what? We can agree to disagree on a lot of
Agree to
things.
disagree. Yep.
This could be one of those things, and
Yep.
it's not personal.
That's okay. Yep. It is not personal.
You're
Nope.
not you're not angry with me, are you? Are you attacking
No,
me?
no, not at all. No, hey,
Okay.
I think you're
Because I
sounds to
just
me
got
like
attacked on the phone and I don't need it live. You know what I
right.
mean?
Yeah. No, you know what? Sounds like you're doing fine out there in the world. I don't
I'm
know what
doing
I was
great.
thinking.
I'm doing
Yeah.
great.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Well, wow.
I got a wife. I got two
Thanks.
kids. I'm
Yeah.
doing fine.
Yeah. Yeah. For sure. For
Oh,
sure.
I got to get some ice.
Okay.
Maybe
Yeah.
ice my head. It
Yeah.
feels like
Something
it's
you're something.
rotting.
Yeah. I think you
It's
should.
turned into a quarter. It was a dime, and now it's the size of a quarter.
Oh, you may want to have that looked at, right?
I might get some stitches. I wonder. Should probably call someone.
For sure.
Okay.
A medical professional person, place, right?
Oh, I was going to call my parents and just let them know that
Oh, yeah, sure.
I
Right.
hit
I
my head
forgot.
pretty
Yeah,
hard.
you're
My
there.
mom.
You're there back there in
I'll get
Cleveland.
my
Right.
mom to
With
say,
your family.
"Oh," and then that makes it feel better.
Maybe you just need a little mother's kiss. That does help make all boo-boos go away.
It really does.
I think it does. Yeah, you're right. Hey, here's something we agree on. Agree.
Hey,
Let's
let's agree to
agree to
agree.
agree on this, right? Oh, wow.
Well, this is a
Well,
great.
thanks for your efforts to help me out with that cooler idea. I
Yeah,
appreciate
I
your
thought we really
willingness to
had
jump
something there,
in.
but they really shot
Yeah,
us down. They shot
that's
us
all
down
right.
pretty
That's
hard.
all right. That'll be another
Hey,
idea.
you try your best, and that's just all you can do. Thanks for the
That was a
conversation.
nice conversation,
That
right?
wasn't bad.
I liked it, Luke's.
I had fun.
Let's do it again.
All right.